there, rock stars. Sarah Rockin' Robbins here, author of the best-selling book, Rock Your Network Marketing Business, and creator of the CD series, The Rockstar Recruiting School, which is my entire system for network marketing success. And of course, my new one for leaders, the Masterclass Edition. Shout out if you've got these awesome materials. Tell me what they're doing for your business. I would love to hear your testimonials. Also, who's on today? Where are you tuning in from? We'd love to hear from all of you as well. Now remember, those who show up go up, and the speed of the leaders, the speed of the team. I'm going to say that again, the speed of the leaders, the speed of the team. So make sure you're tagging your team in the comments and sharing it on your team pages too. I hope this helps you and your team rock your network marketing business. All right, guys, thank you so much for your kind comments. So excited to see you all piling on and listening in. Over the past few weeks, we've been doing a powerful series all focused on prospecting and really storytelling, because as network marketing professionals, we are paid storytellers. We've been sharing, and if you've missed these few series, I encourage you to go a few weeks back on our blog at sarahrobbins.com and just click on the blog tab. You will have seen my 10 powerful tips for prospecting, full of ideas, language, etc. That was a couple weeks ago. The following week was, or the next week was all on how to powerfully share your personal story, and I give a 5-point outline. It's all there. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about connecting those together. Really, how do you prospect? You know, excite people and then invite people to learn more. And once you've got their attention, what is it that you say? You know, I always tell people it's not where to find people. I mean, we're surrounded by people. If you want to know where to find people, get out of your house. Go where the people are. The question is not, where do I find people? The question is, what do I say to them? And are you willing to have those conversations? Barbie Bassett, one of my power partners and friends, always says, your willing to has to be greater than your wanting to. Your willing to has to be greater than your wanting to. And that's all about connecting to your why. You know, what is really your purpose behind what it is that you're doing. If you're pursuing your passions, it's most likely that you'll find that purpose as well. All right, guys, so let's dig into today's topic, and it's really how to connect our personal story to presenting powerfully. So I shared with you on our last talk together just some very simple ways to prospect and ideas as well. As it relates to language, I gave a great example that I share on my blog at sarahrobbins.com of Stacy Roney and Rose Gallo Rojas, who are top leaders in our company. Now, I used to work for Stacy, and there's many times that I thought about reaching out, but I let my fear get in the way. I think, oh my gosh, Stacy's so successful. I don't want to burn any bridges. You know what? I'm just going to assume that she saw it on my Facebook. Oh, big mistake. Has anybody done that too? It's like passive prospecting, right? I just hope they're going to see it on my Facebook. Oh no. If you think somebody's great, somebody else is too, someone will contact them. Why not now, and why not you? Well, in this case, Rose Gallo Rojas out of Chicago contacted Stacy. But, you know, my fear was like, oh, I don't want to bug this person. How many people have said that? I don't want to bug my friends. Anybody be honest? Give me a thumbs up. Come on, be honest if you said it before. I did. I was afraid. I don't want to bug people. I don't want to bug Stacy. She was a professional contact. But Rose, instead of being pushy, was professional in her approach and reached out to Stacy and built on her credibility and said something like, Stacy, I know you're well networked in Chicago. I'm expanding a business there. Listen, wherever they live is where you're expanding, as long as your company's open for business there. Hey, I know you've built a great network in Chicago. I'm building a business there. I would love to share it with you. Pick your brain, get some ideas on people and ways to grow it there. Could I treat you to coffee to tell you more? And here's the thing, if they're, you know, local, you can treat them to coffee and sit down. And if they're long distance, you can treat them to a virtual coffee. A lot of these coffee shops do the e-cards now. And you can thank them, you know, for keeping your business brewing, and do a little Zoom or a little Skype or a little FaceTime. And again, sit down and share more. So here was the thing. Rose presents the opportunity powerfully. And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, how to do that. She shares everything with Stacy, and then at the end says, Stacy, who do you know this would be great for? Who do you know this would be great for? My business is expanding in Chicago and beyond. Who do you know this would be great for? The products could, change their whatever problem it is that you're solving with your products, and the business could change your life. Who do you know this would be great for? And Stacy said, I'm interested. And Rose said, great. She invited her then to an upcoming meeting. I was presenting at the meeting that night, and when Stacy walked in, my stomach and jaw hit the ground, and I thought, shoot, shoulda, woulda, coulda. I should have told Stacy. I should have contacted her direct. No more passive prospecting and assuming people saw it on social media. People want to be wanted. I should have used that approach and reached out to Stacy, built on her credibility, and say, you're amazing. I know you've got great connections here. I know you've built a great business here. Can I share this with you? Pick your brain, leverage your expertise, in exchange, treat you to coffee, and I'm happy to repay the favor in any way. And when she sat down, I would have had a captive audience. Oh no. Miss Passive Prospector here is out presenting. Stacy sees the value in what I presented and joins, became the #1 recruiter in the company that year. That decision, that passive prospector, I should say lack of decision, lack of action, cost me a lot of money. I only have to learn those expensive mistakes once. Now if somebody comes to mind, I think, what is greater, the risk or the reward? The worst thing they're going to say is no, you're not going to die. I have yet to die doing this business. I say that funny, of course. The best thing they're going to say is yes, and they're going to be the #1 recruiter in your company. I want you to just think about that. You're just simply responsible for sharing the information. You're not responsible for their yes or no. You're just simply responsible to share. It's your job to share. It's their job to decide. Don't decide for them. Okay? So once you've got a prospect who's interested in meeting up with you in really an attempt to help you to expand your business in their area, right? We talked about that prospecting language. Go back to the blog, a couple posts back at sarahrobbins.com. You'll find my 10 ideas for prospecting and all the language there. But once you've got somebody live and they say, yeah, I'll sit down to coffee, or yeah, I'll listen to what you have to say, or yes, I'm interested. What do you say? Anybody else want to know? Because when I started my business and my mom started her business, we were the first two. We were the founding consultants in the company. All of our entire company is under our teams, 100% of it. That's a big deal, right? So you may be wondering, how did you build such a big success? Being, back in the day, we had no training materials, we had no training, we had no PowerPoint presentation, we had no presentation to share with people. We got up and we shared a story, and I'm going to share with you the outline, basically, of how we shared that story with power, with passion, with purpose, and it produced results. We met actually in a church basement. It was like a church coffee house, and we would share. We would just simply talk without the aid of presentations and materials. And we would say, hey, next week we're doing this again. Invite your friends, invite your friends, invite your friends. At the end of that month, we had 300 people in the business simply by sharing a story with passion and excitement, of course. So today we're going to talk about how you can present your opportunity powerfully, whether over coffee, via phone call, or at a meeting or event, and let the story do the talking for you. Remember, facts tell, stories sell. I'm going to say it again. Facts tell, stories sell. Okay, so I'm going to be coming to you today out of chapter 6. You know it's a good book when you highlight your own book. Out of Rock Your Network Marketing Business by some cute blonde gal that I know. Just kidding. Rock Your Network Marketing Business. And thank you, by the way, for making it a bestseller. Since the day it launched, it stayed on that bestsellers list. You guys rock. We're going to come to you out of chapter 6 on power presenting. Now, did I say prospecting? Power presenting. Okay, so we talked a little bit about, let me find my right spot here of where I want to start with you guys today. I'm going to start on page 68. So if you're following along, I'm going to be kind of pulling things out, but I'm going to start on page 68, and we're going to talk a little bit about exciting and inviting. Okay, so again, once you've got somebody excited to learn more, whether it's on your behalf to help you, or perhaps they saw something on social media, they reach out to you, maybe they really are interested in joining you and joining your team, but they want to see if it's the right fit, what do you invite them to? So you excite them a little and you invite them to learn more. Rose excited Stacy a little bit and invited her to hear more. What do you invite them to? Well, you can invite them to a call. You can invite them to coffee. You can invite them to an event, whether it's live or virtual. Now, I do recommend seeing each other's expression, doing this face-to-face. So if it's over, like let's say phone, can you do FaceTime? Can you do Skype? Can you do Zoom? So you can have more of that face-to-face, okay? And basically you'll see, I'm gonna pull this up for you guys just so you can reference it on page 71. Don't mind my chicken scratch. I'm gonna go through it with you because I wanna make sure that I really touch on these key points. If I were to sit down with somebody, I would touch on 5 key points. So I created this for my team, and a lot of leaders have adopted it, but we call them the 5 Ps. Now, very obviously, if you're sitting down with a prospect, what I don't want you to do is awkwardly be like, let's talk about the 5 Ps. That is so awkward. Listen, the reason why I use, this is the kindergarten teacher in me. It's like everything has to start with the same letter, so it's super cute, right? I mean, you'll see that kind of throughout my book, okay? That is the teacher in me. These fun analogies that just really help you to remember things. Don't ever say that with a prospect, which is why we don't say, I'm gonna do a 3-way call with my sponsor. 3-way just sounds wrong altogether, and your sponsor sounds like you're in some sort of self-help program, right? We're not doing 3 ways with our sponsor. We are doing a conference call with our business partner or with our friend. Use language that's fun and friendly that people can understand, not this internal language. Therefore, we're not going to say things like, I'm going to review the 5 Ps with you today. That just sounds weird. So this is just basically an outline for you to use in your head to remember what to touch on next. Or if you're kind of crafting your story and what you want to share with people when you present, which you could present this way in front of a live group like my mom did. You could present this way using this outline, the skeleton for a virtual event with your team. I've got great trainings on virtual events on my blog. You could also use this outline when you're doing a 3-way call with your team member and sharing more with somebody. But again, this is just more of an outline for you to think about what to talk about next. This is not for you to, map out for the prospect, the guest who's listening. The first thing that I would share when presenting to somebody or when sitting down with somebody, and by presenting, I don't want you to think it has to be formal. It could be informal too. This could just be over a coffee or a sit-down meeting. The first thing I want you to do is share your personal story. Remember, people buy you before they buy your products or your business opportunity. Share your personal story. If you don't know how to create your personal story, you missed our blog last week. Go to sarahrobbins.com, click on blog, and look on last week's training on storytelling, how to tell your personal story. By the way, if you're not getting emails for our training, you need to sign up for my generic training newsletter, not my team training newsletter, but sign up for my newsletter at sarahrobbins.com, because then you'd be able to find all of these past archives. But basically, your personal story is a little bit about who you are, why you were looking for an opportunity, how you found it, who you are, why you were looking for an opportunity and how you found it, basically why you chose it, so what attracted you to it, and really what the best part is, what it's doing for you, your reason why, okay? So there's that 5-point outline, which we're not going to review today because that was last week's training. There's a really good training on it if you miss it. Always open up with your personal story and keep that to, about a minute, okay? Then that's the first P of the 5. The second thing that you want to focus in on is a little bit about your partnership with the company that you've joined. So your partnership, okay? Personal story is number 1. Share your why. Why are you doing your business? What attracted you, okay? And it's that excitement that's going to really sell it for you. The second thing is your partnership. So talk about the company you've joined. Talk about why it would be a great fit for your prospects. So what that means is don't just share facts. Share the benefits to them. So if you're meeting with me, you know, Sarah, I know you're a kindergarten teacher. I used to be a kindergarten teacher. You have the summers off. I really think this business would be best for you, you know, if you've got the summer months to really build something significant and substantial for your team. We have so many teachers that are doing the business successfully. In fact, let me share with you so-and-so story, Susie Susie Q teacher who, you know, did X, Y, and Z. So talk about the company that you've joined, and then of course, why it would be a great fit for your prospect. The third P is share about the power behind your product. Now, this is not a time to talk about all of the ingredients or scientific studies or, I'm trying to think of what else, clinical, you know, X, Y, and Z. This is the time to share basically what your product is, why there's great marketplace demand, and you can share some fun facts like places you've been in the press, awards, accolades, whatever, but share your own personal product story. And again, if you missed last week's training on how to craft not only your business story, we'll teach you how to craft your product story too, by sharing your history or challenge, what products you started on, the immediate results you saw, and then the big results you're seeing over time or that you plan to see. Again, that outline is on last week's blog at sarahrobbins.com. Then you're going to transition into the fourth P, which is programs and perks. How does this business model work? What type of support could they expect to receive? How are they going to learn more about the products and business? What perks are in it for people? I heard a top leader in network marketing say that she joined because her company was offering a trip, I believe, to Hawaii. I mean, literally, she just said, I heard I could earn a free trip. And I was like, I'm in. What do I need to do? Some people do it for the company trip. Some people do it for the fun and friendship. Some people do it for the opportunity for personal and professional growth. Some people do it for time freedom, financial freedom, etc. I mean, you know, highlight those things. So this is not, when I say talk about the programs, the perks, the pay, you know, how it works, don't give them a compensation plan overview. That's only if they ask. If they ask for more on the compensation plan, I send them a link and I tell them to review it and tell me what questions they have. But I'm not going into a full compensation plan training because remember, you want to attract people, not detract them and make them think, oh gosh, I can't do this. I couldn't sit down with somebody and give a full compensation plan talk, okay? And then the fifth thing is positioning and timing. So basically, again, this is out of our Power Presenting chapter. The fifth point is creating urgency. So it says, create urgency as to why the time is now to join. You couldn't have picked a better time to hear about this. Here's why now is the perfect time to join our business. Here's why now is a perfect time to try our products. Tell them what's new and exciting. What just launched in your company? What kind of accolades or press are you getting? You know, basically let them know why now is the perfect time. There's always, you know, in network marketing, there's always a reason as to why the time is now. And then basically it's the ask, you know, point back to them. Who do you know this would be great for? And then I'll say, what questions do you have and what would you like to learn more about? This is critical. I'm going to put this down for a second because I want you guys to hear me. When I do prospecting calls, I just did one earlier today, and it was not, in this case, a three-way call. My sponsors, my mom, she was not available. I was just talking to a prospect one-on-one, and I said to her, tell me more about yourself and your reason for reaching out, and I listen. And then I say, let me tell you more about why I joined my business, and I tell her my story, and then my company story, really just kind of focusing on some of those 5 Ps, okay? And then I bring it back to her and I say, you know, what interests you the most? The products so you can get great skin, or the opportunity so you can get great skin at the best discount and join our fun and fast growing team. And I listen. And then I ask her, you know, I want to make this about you today. The rest of the conversation is all about you. What questions do you have? And what would you like to learn more about? So my presenting part is like 3 minutes to 5 tops. If you were giving an hour-long presentation over the phone, that is so boring, guys. I mean, really, your call should be fast and efficient. Now, the call lasts more than 3 minutes because now I spend the rest of the time answering her questions, handling objections, giving her the information that she wants based on the information that I shared, based on her level of interest, okay? So I might have a 30-minute call, but I only talked for 3 minutes, right? I let her do the talking. So again, I'm going to just simplify this for you. You know, I asked her on the phone, tell me who you are and what it is that intrigues you. You know, what is your reason for reaching out? Let me share with you my story and a little bit about our company. And I share with them my story using the outline that I shared on last week's blog, and then the company story using the 5 Ps kind of as a guideline in my head, making sure that I touch on some of those things, really just the history of the company, where we're at today. And then I say to her, you know, today really is all about you. What are you interested in learning more about? I want to let you steer the conversation from here. What questions do you have? She asked her questions, and I handled her objections, which, by the way, if you're getting objections, we're going to talk about that more on next week's call. Who would like to learn more about that? I know, it's going to be really exciting. So then basically letting them steer the conversation and helping them to take next steps. If you're having a lot of conversations and you are not closing people, you are going to want to tune in to next week's live training, because we are going to talk about how to answer questions, handle objections, and bring people to a decision quickly and efficiently, so you have a new customer or a new consultant, we call them, or distributor, or at least a connection for a referral for you, and you can move on and they can move on in a way that really makes sense for the prospect, okay? So we're going to talk about closing and objections next time. So that's it for the 5 Ps, you guys. It's really sharing your personal story with somebody, talking about your partnership with the company and really what it could mean to the prospect, then talking about the products, why are they powerful, the marketplace demand, any accolades you've received, and really your own personal product story. And so, hey, here's what I experienced with the products. Next, you're going to talk a little bit about how your program works. So like, what is network marketing? Why is it a great model? What are some of the perks? You know, how does residual pay work? You know, what could time freedom and financial freedom mean to them and their family? And then the last thing is positioning and timing. You know, really why the time is now to join your company, why the time is now to take a look at the products and what you're looking for. We're looking for people to try the products and, in my case, get the best skin of their life, or join the business, get the products at a great discount, and join our fun and fast growing team and potentially earn a profit as you share them with other people. What questions do you have? What would you like to learn more about? And would you possibly be interested? Then it's handling objections, answering questions, and really giving them instruction to take the next step and closing them, which we're going to talk about next time. All right, did this help you guys today? I hope this helped each of you rock your network marketing business. I'm going to be sharing these talking points today over on the blog at sarahrobbins.com. Make sure that you share this with the rock stars on your team. You can click the share button and share it on your team pages or tag them in the comments below. And guys, I just want to thank you so much for tuning in to another live with us. I hope you guys have a great day. God bless you, and goodbye for now. Rock on, rock stars.